All right, the tape is off. Let's do the unveiling. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, so let's get a close-up of this one, for example. So we've got one set of true leaves and a set of the original seed leaves. So when you have a plant that has formed its first set of true leaves, it's ready to go somewhere bigger, whether it's up potting or in the garden beds. So there's another plant right there with its true leaves, and this one looks to be very close to that one, and it looks like it was reaching, but it's got those little seedling leaves, the true leaves, and then another little leaf starting to form right there. And then this guy, there's its little, I don't know what they're called, some big long C word, I think. I don't know. I'm not that versed in gardening. Anyway, there's some true leaves, and then there's some more leaves coming off of that. So that one's actually got 3 pairs of leaves. So I've got 4 plants in there that look to be ready to be planted. Now, if I were the thinning type, if I wanted to thin out seeds, I would probably pick one of these smaller ones to thin out and then transplant these 2 to grow me some premium flat Dutch cabbage. So this is exciting, and I have all of these guys look like they're also ready to be transplanted. This is some parsley that I planted in this, I don't know, some kind of to-go container, or I'm not real sure what came in this originally, but I saved it because I knew it would make a great greenhouse for some of these shallow greens. This is parsley. It looks to be pretty happy in there. And then here's some lettuce, black seeded Simpson lettuce. Suburbia, guys. Right on the truck route. Gets kind of noisy. But here's this lettuce. I grew this in a old strawberry container. This made an awesome greenhouse for this lettuce that I can't seem to get open with one hand. There we go. Oh, you guys, look at this. That's beautiful. Beautiful. There's a lot of plants in there. And you could actually go in and cut these bigger leaves and harvest them as baby greens. They're delicious, and the rest of the plant will keep going. Look at all those little leaves underneath there. This is so wet. Like, this has stayed. I haven't even watered this. I planted this back in February sometime. I mean, I don't even know how long it's been. A long time. Couple months. February, March, April. Yeah. So the rest of these are looking great in their containers. Spinach, cauliflower. There's some broccoli. Artichokes, guys. Look at those cute artichoke babies. And then I've got cilantro in there. So these guys are ready to break out of their little mini greenhouses and experience some wind. There's no hardening off period with winter sowing. They've lived outside since birth, so they're fine being out here. The only thing they haven't really been through is strong wind, because they've been tucked nicely in their little greenhouses. And there are many more seeds that I have sprouting over here. I've got tomatoes, peppers, more of the warm weather things. Herbs are in there, and they're just hanging out in their little greenhouses, and they'll sprout just right when they're ready to. Let's look in on this lavender. That's up and looking good. What do we have here? We have beefsteak tomato. Let's see if I have any action in there. Well, happy birthday, little beefsteak. Fantastic. That looks great. So these are tomatoes. Let's see if there's anything in there. Well, happy birthday, babies. Look at those baby seedlings. I'm excited. What do we have here? A cherry tomato. Anything going on in there? Maybe I see little green flecks. It's hard to tell. My peppers. Oh, that's exciting. Look at the peppers. They're just popping up. These guys have been in here for a really long time. There's a green pepper. Let's see if we got any action in there. Doesn't look like it. Maybe. So peppers and tomatoes take the longest. And then I just started some herbs last weekend. I ran out of plastic jugs, so I did have one of these 6-cell trays from some plant starts that I bought last summer or last spring that I saved, because I'm a gardener and I save things. And then this is a styrofoam meat tray, and then this is a shoebox, like Rubbermaid tote thing, and I put a brick on it because it's not secured and we get a lot of wind here. So these guys are just brand spanking new. And then over here I have a Rubbermaid tote that's seen better days, but it's still working. And I've got some more peppers and tomatoes in there. Anyway, there's really nothing good to see in there. They pretty much look like the others. And then over here I've direct sown some Japanese wasabi radish. That's only been like a week, so they're not up yet. And then I direct sowed some carrots, some little Parisian market carrots that are supposed to do good in containers. They're not up yet either. I grew those in the fall and they were really successful, so I'm hoping for another spring crop. Now this container I haven't planted anything in, but check it out, guys. I mean to say I haven't planted anything in it this spring yet, but I did grow stuff in here last spring. So what you just saw were volunteers. I have no idea what they are, but something reseeded from last spring. Haven't planted that or that yet. And then over here in this bed, I did direct sow some radishes, 4 different varieties. Sparkler white tip, China Rose, Champion, Early Scarlet Globe. But I've been fighting with a stray cat who thinks my raised beds are its litter box, so those may or may not be in the spot I planted them, because the kitty likes to scratch things up. And then over here I have direct sown cilantro, little marvel peas, and sugar snap peas, which I grew here in the fall. They were very successful. I direct sowed them then as well. So it looks like that is the little start of a sugar snap pea. And little marvel peas. So that's exciting. I did throw this string across these beds last weekend because it's what I had on hand. I thought it might deter that cat. It didn't. But now I have some chicken wire. And so my plan for tomorrow is to cover those beds with chicken wire, which will give those little seedlings plenty of room and hopefully keep that cat out. I also wanted to show you what's going on over here. This is my strawberry bed. I found bare root strawberries, 10 of them at Atwood's for $4.99. Picked up this laundry hamper at the DG for like 12 bucks and threw a black trash bag in here, cut open some holes, threw some soil in there obviously, and then I shoved these bare root strawberries into the holes. Now there were 10 when I planted this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so not real sure what kind of critter got the other 4, but there were 4 more. And then I filled the top up with some more soil, and I plan to plant some holy basil in there. And then over here, this bird feeder or bird bath was left here. It's too heavy to move, but it's cracked. It doesn't hold water anymore. So I threw some soil in it, and I planted a bunch of flowers. Some alyssum, some phlox, and I can't remember what else, but I did that like 2 weeks ago, so they're looking great. So this is the 2022 garden here at Grassroots, and I'll keep you guys posted on its progress. And in the meantime, it's always wine o'clock at Grassroots.